you're going to send a thank you to Miss Cindy on her very generous super there. Maxie says, thank you, Cindy. I do have some pretty potentially cool cool Max. Max is cool. Good news about Mr. Maximus here. I'll get to when a few more people pop on though, when I start to see some more of the regulars get into chat. I hope everybody who is on are doing well. Hello there, Debbie. How you doing? Hi there, little artist. How's it going? What were you drawing, little artist? A dragon or something, I think. Can't remember. But I do have some potential positive news with Mr. Maximus. Hello there, Rosemary. Any new news yet, Rosemary, on your adoption potential? Catitude, Connie. Hello, hello. Hope you're doing well tonight. Thank you for joining me and Mr. Maximus. Like I said, I do have some potential interesting news with Maxie Boy here. Nothing yet, Rosemary. Well, Rosemary, I hope the two kitties, the one that you're looking to adopt, I hope they hope you can get them, and I'm sure you'll give them a very loving home. Hello there, Tranquil. Hello there, Bruce. I see that you're now 10 fur balls. I see that name change. Any name with the little one yet? Hello there, Jesse. How you doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. Little artist, you drew some humans because you needed some practice. Awesome. Hello there, Joel and Spike. Been a while. Hope you've been doing well. Ryan, hello, hello. Hope you're doing well. Like I said, I do have some potential good news with Maximus here. Icon, how's it going? Snowy, Bruce is the kitty's name. Cool. Got some gunk here. Get some of that gunk out of your eyeballs, Maxie. Let's do a side profile here of Mr. Maximus. He says, look at my glorious chin. I was outside. This isn't the good news potentially with Maximus, or very hopefully good news with Maximus, but I was outside earlier in the day, and Joel and Spike, keep Bandy, I'm sorry, in your thoughts. He was recently diagnosed with kidney disease. He is not eating much anymore. Ooh, Joel and Spike, I am sorry. If everybody can send a prayer out to Joel and Spike, I do believe it's a kitty, right, Joel and Spike, Bandy there, who's recently diagnosed with kidney disease, would be very appreciative. What was I saying? Yeah, so Max was outside quite a long time when I had the other cats outside. He was just hanging in the box. Hanging in one of the cardboard boxes. Joel and Spike, let me pause for a second with Maximus, and let me show you something that we have given Zelda for quite a long time now. Zelda's been on this for years. I'm going to come back to Max, but hang on a second. And you might already be using this, or a vet might be like telling you to use this, or who knows, but let me show you something. Because Zelda has kidney disease as well. Hold on, Yoda. We're not doing anything yet. So we found this to be very helpful as far as Zelda's kidney failure, because she has a kidney that's also still somewhat functioning, but not as much as it should be. So I would highly recommend maybe checking this out, Joel and Spike. Ask your vet about it, of course, firsthand. But this is something that might help Bandy quite a bit. You can get this on Amazon. It's, I don't know, I think it's like $30 or something, maybe $40. And we definitely think this has helped Zelda maintain or, support those kidneys as best as possible, being that she's 21 almost. So anyways, I'll come back. Let me go back to Max. Yoda, you're going to get your toy soon, buddy. You know, you want to eat all the kidney supplements. All right. Well, anyways, let me get back to Maxie. Nope, Yoda, you ain't going out. Hello there, Maya. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, Joel and Spike. This is the one thing that you'll see, and something we see on occasion with these cats. Some of these cats who have like a disease like diabetes or hyperthyroidism. Certain food is great, right? Like it's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to help support the kidneys. But the problem is if the cat doesn't eat it, it doesn't matter. I mean, it can be the greatest food ever. Unless you're able and willing to like syringe feed the cat, until they're going to start eating on their own, you got to get them to eat whatever that might be. I would recommend a high protein diet, wet food in particular. A fancy feast, a blue buffalo. There are others out there, of course, but that's usually what we go with. Maya, I don't know if I said hello to you, but hello. Hope you're doing well. Little artist, you'll be active on the line, but you're eating supper. No worries. I hope you're having a good supper there, little artist. All good. Hello there, Monolith. How you doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. Let me quickly say there looks like there's around 50 people in here. If some of you happen to be new, this is Max. He is one of 9 kitty cats. He is a diabetic cat, but I do have some news on his diabetes here in a moment. My name is Adam. I don't know if I said that already. I am old and slow sometimes, but the good thing about this community, if you do love cats, you are in the right place. This is, I consider, the most giving cat community on YouTube. The reason I say that is we donate all of our channel revenue to cat rescues around the whole world every month. In about 2 weeks or so, we will be donating, or we usually try to donate about $300 each month to about 4 or 5 or 6 different charities, and we will be doing the same this upcoming month. Phil, how you doing? Phil, yes, I haven't gotten to your comment, Phil, about Yoda's birthday, but it technically was yesterday, the 15th. Not the 21st. I have no idea why I said the 21st. Old brain, I guess, Phil. But yes, his birthday, Yoda's birthday. Those who don't know, Yoda officially turned 8. Somehow he is still alive at 8 years old with all the silly things he does. Jesse, are we getting a 10th cat? Not to our knowledge. Not at the moment. Hello there, G. How you doing? Tranquil, your cats have never liked the kidney cat food. Yeah, that's the thing with specialized foods. Hello there, Nash Potato. Up late, catching some bit of the live. Awesome. Nash, I got some potential good news about Maximus here, who we're looking at right now. Hello there, John. How you doing tonight? Hello there, Angela. First time making one of these lives. Awesome. Nice to see you. Y'all want to say hello to Angela? Feel free to make her feel welcomed. Let me just kind of scroll up in chat here. Yes, Jesse. You were asking because of the neighbors. So Jesse, as far as I know, the neighbors still have both of the kittens, and I do believe in about a week or so, those 2 kittens are going to be neutered. And hopefully, what am I trying to say? Hopefully they will keep both of them. We will probably check in with them sometime this week or this weekend. And I will let you know on what is going on. Now, the news with Maximus. So as most of you know, he's diabetic, right? And so being a diabetic, he has to get insulin, right? Let me try to open this thing. This is his blood glucose machine. This is how we check his blood glucose sugar levels, right? So you have the actual monitor over here, and you have the little pricker thing that pricks to get the blood, and you have the test strips, right, that tell you what the blood glucose numbers are. So typically with a cat who is a diabetic, you want to try to have, you hope to have their numbers like during the whole day, like a 12-hour period in between insulin shots, under 300. Okay, that's ideal. Really lower than that, but at least under 300. Um, for Maximus, over the last almost 4 days now, he has received zero insulin. The reason that is the case is his numbers recently, as you can see, this was this morning, he was at 73, which just a heads up, like non-diabetic blood glucose numbers are like they're usually between like 80 and 120, 70 and 110, somewhere in that range. So 73 this morning. This was last night. He was at 106 at 8 o'clock at night. The following morning, he was at 116, and then he was at 76. It goes backwards. So these numbers are indicating that maybe he might be going into remission, which is unusual because he's had diabetes for almost 10 months or so now. Things can happen. So we're cautiously optimistic that obviously his pancreas is producing insulin. There's something that's going on. His pancreas is producing some sort of insulin. It has to be naturally on its own. Or we're finally starting to see the results of him being on a wet food only, and that's the only food that he gets to eat. Hello there, my cute little, what does that say? My cute little my cute soda pop. Hello there, Khalib. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Cute cat, and your cat is cute because he kind of cute. Looks like my cat. Okay. Awesome. But anyways, so that's the good news with Maximus. Now, of course, we're going to test him tonight, and he could be at 300. This is the thing with cats and diabetes, thyroid disease. You never know what can happen. You're working with a live animal, so things can change, and you just have to always, hello there, Stella. You just have to always just kind of roll with it. But he's never had 3 to 4 straight days where we have not had to give him any insulin at all. So, knock on some wood, right, Maxie? That maybe he's going into remission. His neuropathy that he has for his back legs has definitely improved. And so, little artist, what happens when a diabetic cat is over 300, when their blood sugar is over 300? The glucose, the sugar, it spills into the urine, and it's not good. It also, if the blood sugar is too high for too long, a very scary situation called keto, what is that word? Wife, help me. Ketodosis, acid ketodosis. It's basically where ketones get into the blood and the blood becomes too acidic, and it could lead to complications. It can lead to death and things like that. Ketoacidosis, yes, thank you. So that's what happens when a cat's blood sugar is too high for too long. It can be deadly. Now, on the opposite of that, if a cat's blood sugar is too low, let's say it's at 40 instead of 80, 90, it becomes hypo, and that means they have low blood sugar, and that could lead to seizures, coma, and death, potentially. Hello there, Lewis. Hope you're doing. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Lewis, I got some hopefully good news here. Mr. Maximus here has had no insulin over the last 3 to 4 days or so. His glucose sugar numbers, which we test with our little kit here, has been in diabetic or non-diabetic numbers. So there's a possibility that Mr. Maxey here could be coming or going into remission with his diabetes. It's a little unusual because he's like 10 months in, and typically, it's usually within like the first 3 to 4 months. If a cat is going to go into remission, they will go into remission in those first few months. Bruce, has Max stopped throwing up? He is on medication still because of with that, Bruce. So we might, I don't know, we maybe try tonight not to give him any medication and see what happens. So I don't, obviously a sign of diabetes can be throwing up, but there could be other things going on just as well with that, Bruce. There is a disease in particular, Bruce, called, oh gosh, what is it called? Wife, I need your help again if you want to look that up, or if you remember what that is. It's something called like bilious syndrome, Bruce, where like for whatever reason between the early morning hours a cat is just creating more bile in their stomach, and it causes them to throw up. I would ask your daughter, Bruce, about that. I can't think of what it's called right now. So he could be, it could be a little bit of that. And get right, bright eyes. His eyes have been good. His eyes have been clear. Yes, Maya, I do just call my wife the wife. I mean, that's her name. I mean, she's got a real name, but we've done that for decades. Is the little one doing, Bruce, as well? Brian Brown, you have a diabetic cat. Tell us a little bit more about how's the little diabetic kitty doing. Been diabetic for a long time, managing everything well? We have two, Brian. This one and Zelda, our 20-year-old, who's had diabetes for 10 plus years. John, something about biliarium and liver. Yeah, something like that, John. Brian, since January, he seems fine now that he's medicated. Awesome. What kind of insulin does he get? Max here, also, Brian. Max has been diabetic, had diabetes since about January or so as well. But we have, he might be going into some remission though. We haven't had to give him any of his insulin for the last 3 days. Not that means anything necessarily, but. Brian, you didn't know they could go into remission. The vet never told us that. Brian, the problem is, I don't know about your vet. I have no idea who your vet is, but a lot of veterinarians, unless you're like, going to like a cat only animal hospital, a lot of veterinarians, they just don't know a ton about cat diabetes, unfortunately. So a lot of it, Brian, is just trial and error. You see what works, you see what doesn't work. And I would recommend, if you ever have any questions, Brian, check out, go on Google, if you ever have any concerns, and go type in like feline diabetes message board, and you will get a ton of information. The message is Glargine. Okay, is that a once a day medication, Brian, or is that twice a day? Glargine is normally, it's a higher insulin dosage. How much does the kitty have to take? Twice a day? Okay. Yeah, we're on Prozinc every 12 hours. Yep. Yeah, we use Prozinc ourselves. It's a very small amount. Okay. Are you able to, Brian, do you have, because this is very important as well. I don't know if your vet went over this, but did your vet talk about like glucose monitoring at home? Because that's like very, very important to, make sure that when you insulate them, that they're not too high or not too low with their blood sugar when you give them their insulin. So I don't know if your vet talked about like glucose monitoring at home. It's definitely scary at first, but it's a money saver one, and it can definitely help the process as you're navigating through feline diabetes. No, she didn't. You think the kitty is due for a checkup soon, though? Okay, I would definitely ask your vet as far as what their thoughts are with glucose monitoring. I think a lot of vets they don't like talk about it to clients because they just, I don't know. I don't really know the reason as to why. But if you have a good vet and if you like them and if they seem like they are willing to be a partner with you in this trip, in this journey, then good. A-Rod, you want a pet cheetah? Oh, okay. Are you fast? You want to run races with the cheetah? Hello there, Linda. Hope you're doing well, Linda. Yeah, Brian, you're welcome. A little bit more about myself. We have 9 kitty cats altogether, Brian. We have 2 diabetics. We have a deaf cat who also has thyroid disease. We've had cats that had kidney disease, kidney failure, feline leukemia. I've been around cats. I've been in animal hospitals, so a lot of experience, and also a ton of a lot of people on here, Brian. Catitude, Lewis, 10 Furballs, John. I forgot what your channel name is for a second. I'm sorry. 4 Cat Billies. Maya have had kitties and currently have kitties with conditions as well. So wealth of information here, wealth of information. But anyways, so that's just Max. I'm going to go, we're going to go away from Max for now. And we're going to go check out seeing what some of the other cats are doing. If you are new here and you want to see some more kitties, stay tuned. I do these lives for about an hour. So we're about 20 minutes in. And we're going to go check on some other kitties. And we'll say goodbye to Mr. Maximus here for now. And we'll check out some of the other little goofballs that we are blessed to live with. Hey, bye, Maximus. You be a good little monkey. Now, if you are new here and you notice there are doors that are closed, it is because we do have one of our kitties, Rosemary. She doesn't get along well with the others. You will meet her. Well, you have a quick meeting there. Yeah. So this is a little crazy to people that might be new to this channel. You see there are blankets and books on the staircase. So one of our cats, Tang, unfortunately tore up our previous carpet that was down, and we are in the process of trying to sell this house. So hi, Rosie. Because of that, we've had to put down measures. We've had to kind of go to battle with the one-celled orange tabby named Tang. All right, anyways. Hi, Yoda. Back up. This is Yoda. Hi. What? Yoda is, he just turned 8 yesterday, right? Yeah, yesterday. And he knows what time it is. When I do these live streams, I get his little, his favorite toy out. If he's actually going to look at it. You're going to look at it, Yoda? Hello there, AC. No, you don't care about it? You're like, I'm done with the toy. When I do my lives on Saturday, I go from room. No, I don't go from room to room. I go from space to space, and Yoda always is crying at the doors or just wondering, like, what in the world is going on here? If anybody has any other cat-related questions, feel free to ask them. Put them in chat. If you are new, you want to say hello, feel free to. I do consider this the most giving cat community on YouTube. Here is Tiny. Not so tiny, but she has a little short out about her extra junk in her trunk, if you will. Most of these cats are either rescues or they are foster fells. We'll take a look-see over here. This is actually Zelda, the tabby. She's 20. Now, when I tell people that she's 20, especially new people who are new to this channel, they're like, no, she's not 20. But yeah, she's 20. Been diabetic for going on 10 plus years. She's got some other health issues, but at 20 years old, like, what do you expect? Bruce. Thank you, Bruce, for the super. Appreciate it. Maya, you think you saw something that you've donated over 300,000? No, that must have been a typo. If it was 300, I wish, hopefully, Maya, in the future, that our community will eventually be able to donate $300,000. That would be awesome. Think about how many cats that would save, feed, give surgery, TNR, all that stuff too. No, we've donated as a community, Maya. I want to say it's close to about maybe 3,500 now. Maybe it's close to 4,000 over the last maybe 10 months or so. Eventually, we'll get there. The other kitty who looks a little perturbed, that's the baby. She's a calico, as you can see. She's a little grumpy. She's got that calico glare. Oh, message is held for review. What did somebody say? See, look at this. I mean, I don't believe YouTube. So AC, all AC said, and hopefully somebody will just show that. So I just want to give those babies a brushing and a scritch. YouTube, why are you like, why are you not doing something with that? I just don't understand it. Hello there, Nakora Cola. Hope you're doing well. Nice to meet you. The stink eye that she was giving you. I don't get it. I'm gonna have to like look at my settings, and maybe I have something up too high. I'm gonna definitely have to check for my check out my YouTube settings, because these comments should not be upheld for review. Nicola Nakaya, I'm sorry. I don't do well with names. I will let you know that if you're new here. So no harm intended if I butcher your name accidentally. But that's two. Let's go over here. Let me look at Pandora. Who's got a little bit of food on her plate there. Not much, though. This is Pandora. Are you going to get up, Whites? Little artist, can you please give you an animal to draw? I'll make a page, and I already did a cat page. I think Wolverine is what Lewis said, little artist, so you can go with Wolverine. That's fine. Yeah, Catitude, you think there's a setting that says do not hold for review? There might be, and I think I already have, like, because you know me, Catitude. I mean, you've been in enough of my lives. I let people talk if they want to, and I try to like engage with everybody. I'm about that. I don't like to like shut people down or anything unless they're I don't know, doing something else or saying something stupid. A-Rod, that calico looks like it has anger issues. Well, if you don't know calicos, they're A-Rod. A lot of calicos do have anger issues. They are very temperamental, and the baby is definitely temperamental. Hello there, cat lover girl. Welcome if you are new. A big hello to you. Hope you're doing well tonight. Get your little tail out of there. A-Rob, you subbed? All right, well, appreciate that. I hope this is a place that you will visit every so often, A-Rod, and you can get your cat fix on if you so desire. AC, you did not say anything inappropriate. I understood exactly what you said. It's YouTube. AC, recently on some of my live streams, YouTube, for whatever reason, have been like stopping or flagging a lot of comments, and I don't quite understand why. I'll look into my settings and see if there's something going on with my settings. So you're good. You're good. Hello there, Kylie Allen. How you doing? Hope you're doing well tonight. Thank you for joining us. Do some of the new people, AC, Kylie, Cat, what was it, Cat Lover Girl? Do y'all have any kitties of your own? If you love cats and you got a special place in your heart with kitties, and you are definitely in the right community here. I hope you can come back and kind of enjoy this community. We're all about giving back. I've only said this once. I'll only say it a couple more times. One of the cool things about this community, those who are new, we give all of our channel earnings back to cat rescue groups across the world at the end of every month. Let me see. Hello there, Susan. How you doing tonight? Just wanted to say that calicos do not have anger issues. They're good at having catitudes. Yeah, very, very well put, Susan. Very well put. And then Kylie, what did you say? You have a hamster, but you love cats. Awesome. AC, you're doing a lot of working right now, so right now it would be not a good idea to be with anything, to not have any kitties or doggies. That's a good attitude and a good thought. If you're too busy to give them the love, attention, then it's best just to have what were those one things back like in the 70s and 80s? Space monkeys, swim monkeys. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? This particular kitty is the baby, Kylie. This one is Pandora. The one up on the bed right there is Zelda. Sea monkeys. Thank you, Rosemary. The one way over there, which I'll get a better shot of in a moment, is Kit. Let me go over here. The one that's running towards the camera is Yoda, who likes his toy, which I got to get back out again. He likes his smiley face. Cat lover girl. Yes, I have a tabby named Jade and a tortie named Sassy, which is very, very sassy. I'm sorry that something held that up, that comment held up. Maybe it's the font. I don't know. All right, let me go a little bit closer. Let me get over with Kit. Excuse me, Whites. Kit. Come on, Kit. I know Yoda. It's all about Yoda. Yoda did turn 8 recently, so he's excited. He's all pumped. Kylie, you see a lot of strays lately where you live, but you can't have them because you got dogs too. Where do you live, Kaylee? You don't have to say like the city, just if the state. There's a lot of strays everywhere, unfortunately. There's definitely a lot of cats and dogs that are out there that need to find a good home. Hello there, Cat for one. How you doing tonight? You were just saying hello. Can't stay long. No worries. It's all good. I'm gonna probably say this name, Oxius. I'm sorry if I say that incorrectly. You have not seen a single stray in your area. You got no hope. Well, I'm not sure what that means exactly, but hopefully that means that there's no strays and people aren't doing wicked things to them. Live in Kentucky. Okay. Kit is another foster fail. Kit was our only adult foster fail. It's a big yawn, Kit. Oh, you mean none to adopt? Okay, I gotcha. Well, you never know. I mean, I hate to say it, but you know, people are still, let's say, don't sometimes have the best intentions for felines or canines out there in the world. So you just never can tell. Kylie, I'm glad that I made your day. Hello there, cats in the cradle of love. Interesting comment earlier. I'm not going to say much more beyond that. We might have an old friend, though, in here with cats in the cradle of love. We will see. We will see. It's very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Hello there, Julie. You're new here. You live in the UK. Awesome. We have a lot of people that support this channel, Julie, out in the UK. Oh, Lewis, you didn't have to time them out, but I have some interesting thoughts on that channel, but I'll keep them to myself. Unless interested, then you can send me a comment or something, and I'll tell you my thoughts. I'm just not going to do it here. Anyways, Julie Finch, do you have any kitties? Tine, what are you doing over there? Tiny, what did that litter mat do to you? What did it do to you? Oxius, you're going to adopt 50 cats when you grow up. Your parents don't allow you to adopt? Awesome. Yeah, Lewis, there's a little bit more, I think, with that channel name. I think I might know who it is. Like I said, I'm not going to say beyond that, though, but it's interesting. Very interesting. And I'll leave it at that. I love how the cats are just being comfy. Yeah, this is kind of the routine, Kylie. Julia, you're allergic to them. Julia, there are some kitties that are supposedly hyperallergenic, right? Meaning that they're like, it's not the cat hair itself, it's the dander that's the issue. There are some cats where the dander is not too bad. My wife actually, Julie, is allergic to cats as well, with these 9, but she's kind of grown into it, if you will. No, you posing for us, Tine? Now, I don't mean to be mean to Tiny, I'm not going to, but Tiny kind of reminds me of a bowling ball and an owl. She's got those big white eyes of an owl. Oh, Tiny, you're okay. Bye, Tine. Julie, one thing you could do that's very helpful, adopting is great, of course, but fostering, it can give you a kind of like a sense of how things would be. Because if you adopt, then, I mean, my thoughts, so I know sometimes might be a little much, but I think, if you adopt a kitty, it's like a lifetime commitment, right? So if you foster instead, you can kind of test out maybe different breeds as far as your allergies go, and you also be able to spend some time and help those kitties as well. Little artist, do the cats play fight? Yes and no sometimes. Yoda here, the big boy, he's sometimes is a bit of a jerk when it comes to the other kitties. He likes to vampire them. He kind of likes to get at their necks. Maybe he thinks he's the big mama cat to them. I don't know. Yoda, ain't that right? But yes, sometimes. We're going to visit Tang here. I haven't shown Tang yet. I'm going to have to be careful, though, because when we go into Tang's room... Oh, of course, yes, Kaylee. Most of these cats do make biscuits. Yes, most of them do. We have 9. We live with 9. Oxius, 9 altogether. But I will say I am not a cat owner. I don't believe in owning any animal. I don't think you can own animals. With cats in particular, they own you. You know, there's an old saying, you know, dogs have owners, but I don't even believe that. But cats have staff, and we are definitely staff members. Murder muffins as well sometimes, AC. Murder muffins. Hello there, Spence. How you doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. Hello there, the Siamese... Is it the Siamese... For some reason, I just can't say that. I'll just call you the Siamese cat. Hope you're doing well. It's just one of those things. I know a lot of people say, like, what difference does it make if you call yourself like a cat owner versus a cat parent? But I think it makes a big difference, to be honest. Oh, Spence, I appreciate that. That'll definitely help the kitties when we volunteer or when we donate again, my friend. Like I was saying, I think it makes a big difference in your mentality. Because to me, if you think you're like an owner, then you're not going to have necessarily that special connection or bond that you should be having with these precious souls, and you don't see them as family member. I don't feel so. It's a different mentality, and I think if somebody sees themselves as a cat or a dog owner right now, and if they really start to think about the differences between cat owners and cat parents, or dog owners and dog parents, they might start to have a bit of a different relationship with their kitty. Or with their doggy. Hello there, Runt 606. You got 4 of your own? Awesome. All right, we're going to say goodbye to this bunch, and we are going to go check out Tang here. The reason these doors are closed, like I said earlier, Rosemary is our deaf kitty, and Rosemary, who you will see momentarily, she does not get along well with the others. So when she is out, the others have to be in. Now, unfortunately, recently, when I've been going into Tang's room, the room he goes into when we have these live streams, the internet's kind of gone a little wonky. So I'm not going to go into his room fully, but I am going to open the door, and we'll take a look at Tang. Hey, Tang, come here. Come on. Hey, buddy. We'll let Tang... I'm going to contain Tang, though, because he can't go out running around, because Rosemary might knock some sense into him, which is not a good thing for Misty Tang. But this is Tang, or Orange. He's got a few names. Red Devil is Cersei, who's not on this live stream, unfortunately. She said she calls her Orange Tabby Red Devil. And to confirm the rumor, I do believe that Orange Tabbies all work on one brain cell. I am somewhat joking with that, of course, but they definitely have one-track minds. Ain't that right, buddy? Phil, what did you say? This phase always helps you. To die but not perish is to be eternally present. To die but not perish is to be eternally... I like that, Phil. That's a good saying. Yeah, Little Artist, he's, unfortunately, he destroyed the first set of carpet that we had. Excuse me. So since we are trying to sell this house, and Jesse, I'll answer that question in a second. Since we're trying to sell this house, we have had to go to extreme measures. Yeah, so, but anyways. Lewis, you have to see Leo after that crack about orange tabbies. Oh, did he hear me? I'm sorry, Lewis, if Leo comes and gets you about that. Phil, it's from the Tao. Okay, that's a Chinese Chinese something, right, Phil? Is that like a Chinese religion, Chinese belief system? I do find, and I'm not going to approach this topic tonight, but I do find, like, religions and things like that, why people believe what they believe, to be very, very interesting. Yeah, Maya, you should Chinese something. Yeah. Wow. Maya, as you probably noticed after listening to me enough time, I speak in riddles sometimes, and I confuse myself quite often as well. Oh. Chinese belief that was the root of Confucius. Okay, I am familiar with Confucius. I'm often confused as well. But bump up. Anyways, we're gonna close the door on Tang, and we're gonna go check out Rosie, and yeah. So everybody say goodbye to that orange little kitty cat. You'll be released soon, Tangy. All right, let's try to get off the floor. Oh. Definitely true, Maya. My mind is always going a mile a minute. I need to get a tongue enhancement. Not a tongue enhancement. I guess a whole mouth enhancement. I'm not sure. All right, Rosie. I hear you. Where are you, though? Oh, there you are. You blend in so well to the floor, honey. Oh, yeah. Somebody asked me about the house earlier. I'm sorry, Jesse. Just remembered that question when Spence asked that same question. So, unfortunately, house-wise, not much, Spence. Not much. Who asked the other question again? Who said that? Jesse. Unfortunately, not much. We have had just that one offer, and since then, nothing, nada, zero, zilch. We did lower our price, which hasn't seemed to do anything. About a year. It seems like a year, but like a week later. Let's follow the carpet. This is Rosemary, by the way, those who may not know. So, what? Rosie. Is that all you got to say? Yeah, Lewis, the Joseph prayer selling statue. Yeah, I don't know, maybe. I might have to get to it. Did I lower it to $1? No, we need a little bit more than $1, Jesse. At least like $4, but we'll have to make another whatchamacallit, price cut. What are you doing, Rosemary? Susan, are you heading out? Have a good night, Susan. Hey, Rosemary's pretty fast for her Skeletor-like nature. Whenever I think or say Skeletor, it reminds me of that one lady, or man, I don't know, person that came on a while ago. Ain't that right? This is Rosemary's room. Again, some of you may be wondering, why do you have blankets on your floor? Well, it's because of what she just said. Because she poops on the floor sometimes, and we gotta clean it. But at least she poops. Yeah, she does. Uh, Miles, Skeletor is a legend. Yes, yes, she is. I'm just glad people have a sense of humor, you know. I mean, some people, I don't know, it's like they don't find anything funny. It's like, you know, nothing. I mean, what is funny to some people is nothing. I mean, I understand some things, you know, you got to kind of be serious with and are important, but yeah, a lot of stuff in life. Ugh. Uh, Kylie, good night. Have a wonderful week. Good luck selling the house. I appreciate that, Kylie. Hopefully, I will see you in the future. And you know, this is a place that you can come and hang out with, and you know, hang out with fellow kitty people. I don't really have much to say about Rosemary. She's been doing pretty well. She's been eating her food for the most part. She does have her iron over here. She pumps weight late at night when nobody's watching her. But because she lives in this, well, she doesn't live in this room, but she is. She's in this room a lot. Um, she's got, like, you know, multiple water fountains. She's got her own day bed. She's got 2 chairs. She's got a spying window because she's the neighborhood snitch. Nobody knows that it's her. I keep her identity very secret with the neighborhood. But she's a good girl, though. She is deaf. For those who might be new here, it looks like there's around 50 some odd folk hanging out with us at the moment. She's a deaf kitty. Always support your secrets. She's a secret Karen, something like that. Miles, I like your humor. She's deaf. She's got thyroid disease. She's old. She's kind of scrawny, but she does well. Oh, I did want to say, since we've talked about moving here slightly, so some of you know that we are in the process of moving, my wife and I, and these 9 nutcases we live with. I'm from Arizona originally. We live in North Carolina at the moment, and so we want to try to stay in the state of North Carolina, but we might have to move back out to Arizona, where I'm from, job wise and things like that. Oh, let me get to this question. Hello there, hideous creatures. How you doing tonight? Hello, and question. You have a cat that won't stop going outside, but there's owls and birds of prey that might eat them. Yeah, that's definitely a problem. How do you encourage them to stay inside? Hideous creatures. Have they always kind of gone inside and outside? Is that something they're used to doing? And how old are they? And how long have they been doing that? And if anybody else has a thought on hideous creatures questions, feel free to put it in chat, put it in a comment as well. Hello there, Liana. Does the cat bite us when we sleep? Yeah, certain ones do. Yes. They bite my wife more than me. Pandora is definitely a biter, for sure. So yes, some of them definitely are. Hello there, Jason. You're back. Welcome back. Yeah, Miles, they seem happier when they're allowed out. There's definitely, you know, I do. They're safer inside, and sometimes that's me, I guess, just being a little I guess, greedy, if you will. But there are definitely like the hideous creatures questions. They're definitely they're used to being outside. It's kind of like in their nature. But there's so many, like, just, and I'm not even talking about animals. Unfortunately, I'm talking about more like the human side worries out there. That these are indoor kitties. They do have a screened-in porch though. So they do have fresh air and stuff like that. All right, hideous creatures. So you recently got them from your uncle, so you have no clue. Honestly, you think they're around 7, 8 or so, and you've been trying to keep them inside ever since you got them about 2 years ago. I think somebody asked a question, hideous. You may not have seen it. Are they fixed? Are they male, female, and are they spayed or neutered? Because if they're not spayed or neutered, then they might have a higher kind of like biological desire to get outside and mate. So are they fixed? They are fixed. Okay, one male and one female. Do they have things that they can play with inside, like cat toys, scratching posts, stuff like that? And it sounds like they've always kind of been in and out. So that's going to be a very tricky, challenging thing to do with them, keeping them inside. Just could be one of those things. Depends on the cat's personality, little artist says. Miles, you live in rural Maine, so humans aren't the problem, but predators are. Understood. Yes, you got a cat tree, a few feather toys, and a couple of catnip balls. Okay, so you got some stuff so they can kind of stay, mentally and physically active. Uh, it could be just one of those things, hideous, where either you just gotta. I mean, what do they do? Like, so what happens? So um, you go outside, and then are they like running at the door and they try to like bolt out, or are they still allowed to just go in and out at this point in time? And kind of like, what's the setup, if you don't mind me asking? And I can go back and look at your question again. Maybe I missed something as well. Maybe you already said that. I'll encourage them to stay outside. Okay. I'm just looking back at the comments at the moment. Do they like put up a big fight? Are they howling, incessantly, like in the nighttime? Let me out, let me out, pawing at the door, that kind of stuff. I do have a good amount of experience with kitties, but I don't have a ton of experience with like indoor outdoor cats or anything like that. You kept the door open because it was hot during the summertime. Makes sense. But you usually keep them away from the door, but they usually don't run at the door. They usually go while you're not paying attention. Hmm. So have you tried then? So what happens if you close the door, if you keep it closed? Like what are their reactions to it? Like what do they do? Do they paw at the door? Do they meow? Miles, I can imagine Maine is a very beautiful place. Little artist, you got to go. I hope you have a awesome rest of your night as well. Have a better night than me. And if you ever want to like draw anything, draw any of these cats, or look at the channel page and draw somebody, feel free to. And I will put up your fan art. I don't want to call it fan art. I will put up your picture, your drawing of the cats. I don't like the term fan art. Spence, is that a question for me or a question just in general for chat? Icon, I appreciate that. We're probably going to start to wrap up here. Those who know, I usually hang out for about an hour or so. I just want to kind of like just go a few more questions or get a little bit more, try to help out hideous creatures a little bit more before I go. completely. I still got a few minutes though. I will say in the meantime though, just waiting for Hideous's responses here. As always, you know, y'all should know to adopt senior cats if you can. Adopt and don't shop, and then always speak up for others. Would I have to repeat myself? I'm not sure what that means. I mean, like I said, if you want to try to just close the door and just keep it closed, especially as it's getting colder, and if they don't like paw at the door, if they don't meow, then maybe like over the fall and the winter time, I don't know where you live, obviously, but when it's colder, maybe they will just get used to being inside only, right? I mean, there are cats that do live inside only and are perfectly fine. Now, I do think cats, though, they kind of need a little bit of outside time, whether that's a porch, whether that's a, whether that's a, whatchamacallit, a catio, a harness where you can walk them, anything like that. Most likely they don't beg to be let out. Well, then I would just keep the door closed when it starts getting colder and see what happens. Now, Hideous, if you want to subscribe to this channel, I do these lives a couple times a week, and I'm always willing and wanting and able to talk cat and answer people's questions. We do have a very active cat community here. Justin, I'm assuming you're an Eagles fan, so go Eagles, I suppose. John, you finished a couple of Chesapeake Bay crab cakes. Awesome. Not for me. I don't like fish. Anything from the sea except for tuna is kind of yucky to me. But, hey, that's just me. Yeah, they don't beg to be let out. They just beg to be let in. Yeah, I think you shouldn't have much of an issue. Go Broncos. All right. Well, anyways, I'm gonna start to another reason why I hate them being outside is spiders. You live in the high desert, so they love hiding in the rocks and anything I have in your yard. That makes sense, especially if you have poisonous spiders. They're HC. In the desert, you can have some pretty nasty critters there. You might probably have them snakes as well. You might have scorpions, maybe perhaps as well. I guess people are talking about food. I must have missed something on my own live stream, I guess. All this food chat. It's fine though. I'll probably say something a little off or a little weird. My thing of food is I just wish people could, you could have pills, like 3 little pills. Hi there, Cersei. 3 little pills, and 1 pill for the breakfast, 1 pill for lunch, and 1 pill for dinner, and that's your food, and you're done. Cersei, how is Trooper doing? How's Oliver doing? How's the gang doing? Angela is asking, are you living where it will get colder? Just keeping the door shut for the winter could break the habit. Yeah, for sure. I bought the cat some cheap fake bushes to hide in so they could pretend. That's an awesome idea, Angela. Very creative. I don't know who Major Tom is, Lewis. I'm not familiar with that person or movie, maybe book. All right, I'll hang for a few more minutes because, oh, Cersei, I did want to tell you, Cersei, let me know. Hopefully, you're still in chat or you're able to listen at the very least. Hideous, anyways, you'll definitely become a regular if you can catch you when you start streaming. Okay, Hideous, just heads up. So my live streams usually are Tuesday nights at around 7 o'clock. They start Eastern Standard Time, and Saturday at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Just a heads up, or just a FYI, I should say. Trooper's doing well, says Cersei. Bought the litter mate, and Oliver is the same. Okay. Oh, Cersei. So what I wanted to say while you were still here, and before I go myself, was Max. Cersei. Max might be going into remission. He's gone 3 days now with no insulin. His blood sugar, we check his glucose, and he's gone 3 days with having no insulin. We'll test him here in a little bit. Hopefully he's still low, right? And maybe he'd be going into remission. So that's a good thing. Airy Lover 208. Today is your 16th birthday. Well, happy 16th birthday there. Major Tom is a David Bowie song, Space Oddity. He took protein pills to survive in space. Oh, okay. Can't say I know any David Bowie songs. Wasn't my kind of music for the most part. Yeah. But, teach their own. Well, Cersei, it's knock on wood, right? But we'll see. Bruce, I'm not going to post his readings. What I'll do, Bruce, is if you're interested, is I'll just send you an email, if you want, and I'll go that route. Spence, my favorite music. I mean, I have to say I'm partial to country music and the classical music, so the sea and the seas. I mean, I will listen to almost anything. I'm not a fan of like rap really because I hate to say this, but I don't see the point of a lot of rap. And like hard rock, I don't see the point of just listening to somebody scream in my ear. It just doesn't work for me. So yeah, country and classical, but I'm a fan. I mean, I can listen to a lot of things, and be fine or listen to it a few times. So, Bruce, yeah, okay, no worries. I can definitely do that. I can send you those numbers. It may not be tonight, Bruce. Maybe tomorrow. Just give me a day or so on that. Maya like in hard rock, metal, country, and alternative. John, yep, I know you like your bluegrass. All right, folks. Well, I appreciate, as always, y'all hanging with me and with these 9 furballs over the last hour and 10 minutes now or so. I'm going to start wrapping up. I, though, always like to give you time to say your goodbyes to each other, to Rosemary, to myself, if you so wish. But I'm going to kind of start wrapping up here. And Oxius, screw up your name there. I hope you had a good birthday and many, many more to come, I'm sure. Angela, it was nice to see you as well. I know I see you in Shelly's chat. So, I maybe you can stop by on occasion, say hello. Always your choice, though. And yeah. I'm kind of swing the camera this way so you can look at the gremlin, aka Skeletor, aka Big Ears, up close and personal with Rosemary. I appreciate that, Rosemary. That's really, one of the biggest compliments that people can get. feeling welcomed into a space. So that is a very nice thing to say, Rosemary. I appreciate it quite a bit. All right. Well, anyways, one more shot of Miss Rosie, if I can get her to cooperate. Maybe. She's a little bulgy-eyed looking there. Her eyeball is like really looking at you there. All right. Anyways, time to go. Adios. Take care. God bless. And we will see you on the next live stream. Bye-bye. Hi, Rosie.